Hello everybody, welcome back into another video. Today we are hopping into some Battlefield 1 exclusive gameplay. This is pretty fancy stuff here on Lupkow Pass. I actually pronounced it right because I'm Polish, and before I actually pronounced it wrong I look like an even bigger idiot, but yeah. We are playing on one of the upcoming maps in the name of the Tsar expansion coming out for Battlefield. But before we get any further than this, I did want to say a huge thank you to EA and the EA Game Changers program for actually flying me out all the way to LA during EA Play and giving me this amazing opportunity to play with a bunch of other creators, influencers, YouTubers, streamers, bunch of other people and record some of this. It was absolutely a fantastic time, and again, huge thank you to them for that. But in the meantime, we got some awesomeness to talk about and some awesomeness to show. So when I was playing on the new map, I was pretty much trying to, for the most part, focus on cavalry, because in the cavalry section, they kind of expanded by adding an entirely new kind of class slash type of horse that plays completely differently, and that's the HUSSAR, HUSSAR, however you want to pronounce that. So what this new one comes with is actually a lance, and as you'll be seeing throughout all of this, the lance is a very deadly and also very fun weapon. You can do the normal attack with it, where you can lance to the right or to the left, but there's also the thing you can do where you actually begin a charge, kind of like a bayonet charge, using the lance, and you can literally lance people onto your lance and then you flip them right off. It's absolutely amazing. And speaking of amazing, this map, which was the only one out of the new expansion I got to play, was still an absolute blast, and I freaking loved it, and I really hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay. I'm only going to talk here for probably about another minute or two, and then the rest will be just a whole compilation of awesome moments, some of the kills I got, and some of the awesome stuff that was going on. But in terms of the map, I was actually a pretty big fan of this, because I don't know why, but it's just, I love the whole snowy environment. It's a Polish city. Lupkow, Lupkow is actually a Polish city, and I'm pronouncing it because I'm Polish. Woo, go Polska! So it's actually a Polish city, so that makes me absolutely love this. And speaking of Polish stuff, since there are hussars on this, I was thinking, you know what? This is a Polish city. You know what I want to see? I want Polish winged hussars in the game, because if you guys know anything about those, they literally had armor with wings on the back, although those were definitely before this time. Poland still did use cavalry in the first couple world wars, but the winged hussars were definitely a couple centuries before that, if my history is to be up to date. But it'd be so cool to see like potentially a skin or something like that in the game, because that would be absolutely epic. Maybe I'll try to find like a solid picture of them, but as you'll see, they are pretty epic. So I don't know why, when I was playing this map, I'm like, Polish city, first taste of these hussars, I'm like, I'm pretty much like in my mind this entire time, I'm like, for Polska! Even though, you know, technically this is the Russian Empire, Russians, Poland, not the best of relations in the past 100 years, so yeah. But I mean, back on topic, I really like the map. It really did have, I felt like it really funneled people into these different areas. As you'll see, they're just different, like, there are designated paths where horses really are kind of meant to go down, and if you avoid those paths, it's pretty hard for horses to come and get you. There's a train as like the game changer, battle changer that comes in the middle of the battle to the team if they're losing high enough. That's just the armored train, so something that we've seen before. But there is a railroad, and it's actually a pretty suspended railroad at some point as well. Hopefully you'll get to see a little bit of that, which I thought was pretty cool. But I thought it was a great map. It has great long distance for those of you that want to snipe, but also there are close quarters areas and even medium quarter areas, and overall it's just such an awesome feel. And honestly, one of my favorite Battlefield maps right now, I would have to say. I don't know, some people might say that this map isn't them, but to be fair, I am biased. I'm Polish, so I absolutely love it. But I'm a pretty big fan. I really like what I saw, and I hope you guys like what you see as well. So let me know what you think about the new hussars, the new cavalry unit with the lancers. Speaking of lancers, I drive a lancer. Totally unrelated, but hey, same word, so woohoo! Back into the topic of cavalry though, another thing I really like is actually the cavalry to cavalry combat with this new HUSSAR class, because what it is actually in this very situation you're seeing right now, I ended up hearing someone in another horse chasing me down, trying to lance me, so that's when I get into a situation where I try to get into close quarters, take him out, and you know, maybe fandangle a little bit. Here's another one who jumped right over me in the most epic thing ever. But that's the thing, I really think horse to horse combat is is also very fun, although at least at the time of recording, we were not able to impale someone using like the charge off of their horse. Hopefully that's a thing in the final release, because like I said, this was pre-release, this isn't final release version, but that was absolutely one of my favorite parts, was just, you know, trying to outsmart other horses, having them chase me and me trying to, like, you know, lose them, go through some obstacles, go through all these different paths that you're seeing. I just thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I really just loved what they did with the cavalry and horses on the map. Like, I've really overstated it a lot, but it was great. It was absolutely great. And I mean, not only is the cavalry to cavalry combat good in this map, I feel like, but it's also just attacking people, the people on the ground, the boots on the ground. Fighting those off are also very fun on this map. And with the new Lancer, and I don't know what it is, but I just felt like I was just doing all of this hit and run stuff. And I don't know if it's just because it was a new weapon, it was a Lancer instead of the sword that horses before this expansion have had, but I just thought it was insanely cool, and I just kept on doing hit and run tactics. I was running people over, I was trying to impale the hell out of them and just toss them off, and regardless of what I was doing, it was always fun, and I felt like I was doing what actual cavalry do, which is shock tactics, hit and run. You do some damage, you get the hell out of here, and this map is absolutely perfect for getting the hell out of here, because you have all of these kind of like thin little passes that you can go through, and it's just built for this type of stuff, and I love it. I really do. And that was so epic, running through the fire. I'm sorry, that was my favorite. When I was looking through this footage and edited that, I'm like, I forgot that happened. That's amazing. But other than that, pretty big map, and I think it just gives a great variety for just any type of battles you want to get into. And you know what I love the most? Is there aren't really ground vehicles on it. It's pretty much, if you're trying to do something on the ground, you need to hop into a horse, and that's what I love, that this is kind of like, at least in this version, who knows, it could be tweaked, this isn't like the final version or anything. I was really a pretty big fan of just kind of the extended use and emphasis on cavalry, because I feel like a lot of Battlefield maps don't really do that. So with this one kind of doing that and just making the focus all on that, on cavalry, on infantry battles, there were some new weapons that I was trying to utilize a little bit as well. It's not the focus, but there was one new weapon for each class. There were some of them pretty good. I might make a second dedicated video to that. So let me know in the comments if you guys would like a little bit more showing off potentially the sniper rifle. I use that pretty extensively, and then potentially the other weapons, but for the most part I kind of stuck to the sniper because I am a sniper. So. And in terms of what I'm showing off now, this is just kind of a run where I was really going untouched around the map, and I thought this would be a perfect little clip, some footage to show you guys so you could get a great feel for the map, because this literally involves me running all the way around to a bunch of different points through a bunch of different avenues. Also, being a potato, let's just ignore that that happened. Didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. But that's what you're going to be seeing here. But back to what I was saying to kind of wrap up about the map. The only real vehicles you're going to see is the armored train, as if a team's losing hard enough and they get that to kind of shift the momentum. But other than that, you get a couple airplanes, you get some cavalry, and you get to duke it out on foot. And I absolutely love it, because there's no like giant tanks that are, you know, just absolutely wrecking face or anything. I mean, there's planes, but I feel like if your team works together, you can take out a plane, definitely, especially since both teams have planes. And I don't know, I just like that it's not the hugest emphasis on vehicles. So, reminder, this is going to be for in the name of the Tsar, so I always pronounce it weird. In the name of the Tsar expansion that is going to be coming out, I'm pretty sure this fall. So you guys can go ahead. I'll probably have a link in the description somewhere for you to go ahead, check it out, learn a little bit more info about it. And all in all, I think that this expansion might get me back into Battlefield. I haven't personally played it in a couple months, aside from this event and some of the Battlefield events I've been to. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I want to be straight up. I want to be truthful. I want to be a good guy like that. But I really do think that this will get me revisiting it a little bit. A, because Polish map, I have to revisit it, I think. But B, I think I just had enough of a fun time, and there's enough new content being added in where I think it's really worth a shot. And especially with the addition of the Russian army, which I did not emphasize enough, but this is going to be the Russian army. We're going to be seeing them, and it's going to be super awesome. So that's kind of got me a little bit intrigued. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But overall, I'm actually pretty excited for this expansion. I'll definitely be playing it a little bit. If you guys have any questions at all, make sure you go ahead and ask them in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to answer those for you. As always, I want to be as clear as possible. I want you guys to be as clear as possible about what we're playing. I can't talk. and all of that. So if you have anything like that, please ask away. And speaking of things you should ask away in the comments, I also did have one little idea I wanted to pitch you guys, and that is with the return of this game, I'm thinking maybe we could try to do something like a bunch of us get together, squad up, maybe even get an entire, like, beyond a squad, like a full team, or even a full server of just us playing. But for that, I'd really need interest from you guys, so please let me know if that's something you'd want to set up. Maybe we all set up a time, I'll live stream on that time, maybe try to compile it into an epic video or something. But I just want to get you guys involved with that too, because we are a community here, and I want all of us to have fun, whether that be through watching my videos or us literally playing together. And I think it'd be a great idea to put a stream, because I really don't stream enough, and I think that because of that, when I do stream, I want to make it as special as possible for you. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. And again, I did want to say huge thank you to EA for providing travel, providing hotel, inviting me to EA Play, and letting me have a fantastic time with a bunch of other YouTubers, streamers, friends, and it was just so awesome. I want to say huge thank you to them again for providing that. But other than that, just gonna go ahead and wrap it up for me. Enjoy the rest of the kills that you're seeing here. If you got any questions, ask them away, and I hope that you have yourselves a fan-freaking-tastic day. Talk to you in the next one. See ya.